The offense they're already starting to walk back as that was accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, Lamar Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a game of 3.
Obviously, they would have at least liked to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Here's Allen. Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Cook. A good job defensively to roll back to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 3rd down, here's one by Cook. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Levante David in on the tackle.
Like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They didn't want to crash in the ball game before they even made the line, and they hold it with just a yard.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. Now he's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 7th play now in this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. On play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. There'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead to the 4th down.
This is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They'll try and throw for it here. That is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Yeah, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's going to say that we're going to administer the benefits of quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to get stopped out quickly. You're down to 43.
Plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried to barrel through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Allen has his man Shakir. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because they ask them to just eat on blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Bills. From 10 yards out. And the Bills are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Quite the the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And he will get in to make it 8-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And get this one up to about the 39 here. Solid run on 1st down. It's a 2nd and 3. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Baker going to give it to Irving. He'll get a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And in that yardage game, they can run that down any down.
Nope.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And taking it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Irving. And we get inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there at a 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners with great vision. You know, those eyes that carry your feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pick up there of 28 yards.
What a drive this has been. Just triple the yardage. And it's one of the best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Mayfield. Forced out to his left. Oh, batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tampa Rapp with a pick.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. The middle, it's complete. There he goes left side. How about this? And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
We talk so much about run after the catch or rack, a term coined by our very own, the coach, John Madden, the legendary one himself. And you definitely won't find a better illustration than right here. He's going to take this one, and away he goes. Nearly takes the length of
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Ty Johnson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back there and got that omelet and crushed it.
Got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands up. And this is going to be intercepted.
When it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this was interception.
They were ready for the pass, picked it up.
Everybody stay ready. You know what we're dealing with.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So, decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On second down, Irving. And he brought down just shy of 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understands, as you noted, where the first down marker was, and making sure they didn't get there. I'm a good call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Okay. Got ready to do it.
Now it's second and 10. Mayfield. His early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I think this was why very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks want more time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's second and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job running in that defensively, and now it brings up third down. Allen going to throw. The Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Right at the sack to Vita Vea. Time for the break. We've halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still to remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in the second half. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there. I think this game is still up for the taking for them because notice all the turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half. And once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, and 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Mayfield wants to throw. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And Oliver dropping him for the second straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Pick made by Trevor. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, I mean, again, they're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Give me your ball.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay down and go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. They'll mark him inside the run. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an improvement.
He will make the catch. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
We talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Mayfield on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Mayfield to throw. And this is a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
But when the running game's not working sometimes, you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
The middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. That one goes for 13 yards and it moves the sticks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now we dumped off here complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13. Down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 and the 19. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bills are going to take over once again. And they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter. Interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. Well done for that one.
That happened to you before.
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Cook up the gut. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and throw it for a loss.
And they'll be taken down after a decent gain. They'll run to the end on this 3rd quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Allen on 3rd down. Throw offside complete. That's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 49 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you see guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got it now.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down the game. Right now, they're showing up to the challenge. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Looking to throw. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit with the Saints. It's incomplete.
We're seeing some parts of defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Back to throw. Allen. And they find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Because I'm back.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Ty Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay down and go for 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he is into the end zone to put the lead at 2.
I guess when you're out there, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Too deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone. Give him credit. They're going to take this deficit lying down. They get too close here on the fake extra point. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. So it's early on the kickoff. And don't now, but that just makes things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are the mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you got to get the ball right back with another great opportunity.
Steps away to his left. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Mike Evans with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets into the end zone. Give him credit. They're going to take this deficit lying down. They get too close here on the fake extra point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. That is caught by Shakir. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands you're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Given a 3 on first down, it'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to get some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Touchdown, Bills! Khalil Shakir, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
I would say the tradition is not really excited about that score. They want to see the game go a little bit differently. But what you get over with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Sterling Shepard, 65 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you. Rally up.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler and it's intercepted. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Performance. All those points put on the board. And Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a good game to win both sides of the ball.
Make big plays, but how to